I feel like we live in an age of performativity and grifting. Maybe we always have, and I'm just awake to it now, but I think the main reason behind that is because of how social media has kind of given a rise to more like herd like mentality, and you can kind of see that throughout social media in general. Um, when something isn't a hashtag or trendy, people stop talking about things. They don't really care anymore. Like, for example, like during Black Lives Matter events, they had the hashtags and all that sort of shit. They had the black square, I think it was. And basically, a lot of these people on Twitter just sit on their ass and do nothing tangible in real life for the greater good. And that's the fucked up part is this is why I think the world is just so fucked in the current state that it is. You see this type of shit all the way throughout society is that, I have autism and I have a mental illness. I have bipolar depression. And when I'm dealing with people who claim to be these open minded, like, diverse, inclusive bullshit, like, they bang on about that, right? And then they have to deal with somebody like me, and it's a completely different story. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like I was talking about in my body shaming video, is that a lot of these people say XYZ, but in real life, they don't really do anything, Um, the world, I think, would be a lot better place if people actually fucking walk the walk instead of talking the talk. That's the problem with society at large is that the people they want to sound good, they want to sound like good people, but they aren't actually good. In actuality, they're not good fucking people. They'll pretend like they'll be like, I'm such a great fucking fantastic person, and they don't do anything to show for it. Like, okay, well, what do you do? Like, when you actually have to deal with these types of people, like unattractive, like low status types of fucking people and shit, you treat them like completely second class citizens. I've done this before myself, and I'm guilty of this too, and I've completely stopped doing it over the past couple of years. Um, but it's just so weird because I go to like a more lefty kind of campus, and a lot of these people talk about, like dismantling like social hierarchies and defying social norms and stuff like that. But they actually meet people who, let's say they're still like a virgin at an older age or whatever the fuck, didn't do this. They're a fucking loser, right? They would probably call them a fucking loser. And these are the same people that are against like classism and shit, but these people still have that elitist type of mentality at the end of the fucking day. This same type of herd fucking mentality. I guarantee if you drop these fuckers back in like the 1800s or whatever, they'd be like promoting witch trials and all that sort of shit just to fit in. That's because most people are fucking cowards. There's no benefits to being honest in this world, to being truthful in this world. The truth and honesty get you fucked. But eventually, I think that's kind of coming around, and it's gonna bite people on the ass, because they've suppressed it for so long. And then when you have a bunch of people that figure out the truth and they get pissed, that's when people fucking snap. They kill people. They shoot up places. They do what the fuck ever, because the truth, it's not cool. It doesn't get you in. It doesn't get you in the group. You know what I mean? Like, um, so many people would rather live delusional fairy tale lives than accepting like the actual facts, the reality, because it makes them feel uncomfortable. It's not attractive. Uh, for example, if you told people like about egoism, right, and how the fact that people like I'm talking about this whole virtue signaling thing, right? This kind of coincides with egoism, with how people just use things to get happiness out of them, right? They help people because it makes them happy. They believe in things because it serves their ego. They have friends that usually believe in the same things as them, and have the same sort of quirks and whatever the fuck, to feel better, to feel less alone, to make them, to boost their own ego. They use their friends, their families, their boyfriends, their political associations to make them feel good, like good people. It's ego gratification, right? And that just makes everything seem like a facade. If you brought that up to people, um, holy shit. Good luck trying to make friends after that. You start to realize like how fucking pointless like making friends and relationships is after you find out about that, like how fucking greedy and self-interested people are. And that's part of the problem, is that we're a bunch of self-interested pieces of shit that just don't want to admit that because that doesn't sound interesting. That doesn't sound attractive. People don't like the black pill. They don't like the fact that there is no God. They don't like a lot of this shit because it makes them feel bad. They have to look in the mirror and say, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a shallow piece of shit. I'm a moron. I lived most of my life as a fucking lie because all that shit beforehand um, is just going to seem like hollow fucking experiences. And then that shit can lead to a domino effect in your mental health. It'll just one thing after the other and boom, 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 you're out. People just kind of fucking suck. This world's just like completely full of shit. I mean, we hear all of society loves to preach equality and all this fucking bullshit. And, well, there's still so much discrimination in this world. There's still so much tribalistic, bigoted bullshit in this world for no fucking reason. There, there's the crime rates in African American communities are still high. There's still a lot of fucking issues in these communities, and we're all just telling ourselves, oh, this is getting better. Look, we say we're not racist anymore, guys. See, so everything's solved. Wrong. Like, oh, we're not whatever the fuck. Like, oh, we care about men's mental health. No, you fuck you don't. Oh, we care about like lonely people. No, the fuck you don't. Oh, we care about poor people. No, you don't. Fucking, if you got a lot of these people to actually talk to like different types of people, they couldn't fucking handle it. If they actually had to deal with, if a lot of these rich cocksucking champagne socialists had to deal with people who are homeless or poor, they'd act completely different around them. People act completely different around people with social status and fucking, that's why people are so full of shit. They'll say one thing and then they do another. Say they're blind to color or status or whatever the fuck, but then some guy like Henry Cavill rolls around and oh shit, completely different story then. Like they say they don't care about that shit. They actually absolutely do. Most of these people do care about social status. Most of these people are insecure. They're very afraid of how the world views them. And the worst part is it's all arbitrary bullshit. You know what I mean? What the fuck does it mean to win in this world? What the fuck does any of that matter? Like, that's arbitrary bullshit. All of our values, all that fucking bullshit is just completely arbitrary. Which is why these people have to put on this front that they pretend like they give a fuck about any of this shit so they can reap the benefits, right? Uh, I think the internet's definitely played a big part of this whole virtue signaling bullshit. Because now people are more aware of it. People are getting more cynical and jaded and more open to the truth about this, you know? Take like a streamer like Destiny, when he actually speaks his fucking mind. He actually says the truth. I don't agree with him on everything, but he tries to be honest most of the time. And he gets shunned and shit on left and right. All those peoples he called friends and shit online completely burn those bridges with him. They don't give a fuck anymore. Because a lot of those people just want to stay in their echo chamber. A lot of people on the left too just want to stay in their echo chamber. Same thing with the people on the right. Same thing with people in general. They just want to stay inside their bubble instead of questioning reality and questioning things. It's just gonna leave you to suffer, is just because honesty and the truth in this world and actually living up to morals and stuff like that actually takes his fucking spine. And a lot of people don't want to do that, so waste of fucking skin.